Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Tank Ace. Tank Ace. And this is a free-to-play tank simulator MMO. It's got a few little RPG or role-playing game elements. We'll take a look at those. But let's get started and take a look at all that stuff. So you got one channel, one server right now. That may be that it's also locating by my IP. I don't know if there's European servers or not. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. So as you can see, I've already created my character, selected my tank, and so this is my tank commander, camp mercenary, and then gender, stuff like that. Stuff's really basic as far as the character creation is concerned. But let's move to the camp so I can show you guys some of the role-playing game elements that the game does have. Now, as you notice that it's very basic as far as the character creation, but you can see once we get in here, some of these guys are tricked out in all kinds of different stuff. So the game does have its typical SP shop where you can take and you can actually not the SP shop, but actually the game's cash shop essentially, where you can go in and you can buy different items, and you can see right there, you know, there's different items that you can put on and change the look of your character and all that good jazz. So now one thing that's really interesting is the game does have quests. So you can see I've got a couple different quests. The set your specialty, please destroy 10 tanks in annihilation operation or occupying battles and return to report to Officer Glenn. I can do this 10 times. I've done it twice, or I'm on my second. Oh no, I have 2 of 10. It's not that I can do it 10 times. It's that I can do it. I need to destroy 10 tanks. I've destroyed 2. You got abundant battle. Please collect C rank metal pieces. And you can see there's different camps. Right now I'm in the mercenary camp, and then there's these other ones. I'm guessing that these are locked based upon level or achievements and stuff like that. As you can see, the game's got a full achievement system. You can see I've completed a bunch of these achievements, successfully completing your first occupational game, and there's the rewards. You've got also gathering, specialty, and events, and all that good jazz. So let's go ahead and close that out. So, and you can see as you gather different items in the game, you've got D's Nuts and Puss in Boots. They've got their little stores set up, so we can take and we can look at their store, and he's basically selling armor-piercing shells and stuff like that that you can equip in your tank. So you can see here's my inventory. So I've got a few different things in there. I've got this little medal because I placed second in one of the games. I've got some shells that I earned from an actual mission or from a quest, and then I've got this battlefield arrangement order document. So this document is used to create battlefield arrangement in St. Vith. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at the gameplay. Let's jump in and see how that all plays out. Let's get into a battlefield. She's basically going to ask us, hey, do you have all the armor and ammo you want? Yes, I do, because I don't have anything else. So once you get in here, you've got a couple of different options to choose from. So you've got annihilation and occupation. You've got PvP, which is the national war, which is much larger scale wars between clans and factions and stuff like that. Then you've got the PvE, which you can jump in here, do recon tasks. Then you've got the challenge, which this can also be PvE. You can see this guy's doing it. We can create it and go and do different ones. Then you've got capacity selection. You can choose how many players that you want to have in the game. But essentially, you can only take and do, you know, like this one, or there's one other one. I believe that is a capacity selection of 1. Maybe not. Maybe just that one. So either way, you can do a bunch of these, and they'll allow for multiple players to work together and complete those. But let's go take a look and see if there's actually an annihilation or occupation game that one has a decent number of players, but it's locked. You know what? Let's jump in this one and even up the sides a little bit. So we've got 3 players in there now. You can see it's in Battle Axe, which is this desert area. But let's go ahead and jump in there, and only corporal or higher level are allowed to enter in seizing battle. So I can't even jump into that one. So this kind of sucks because there's so few games to jump into. I've either got to create a battlefield, roam around by myself, or I've got to wait until somebody else creates one that I can actually jump into. So that's very disappointing that there's so few games. Now earlier when I was on today, there were about 5 or 6 of these going, and they were pretty decently full. So I'm guessing that this game may have a higher European or Asian player base, simply because it's early evening, West Coast, US for me, which essentially in Europe puts it very early morning, and in Asia, I honestly don't know what time it puts it, but I think it's like the middle of the afternoon, so everybody might be at work. So not exactly sure, but I think it's early. It's mid-morning, something like that. So, but it looks like to show you guys gameplay, I'm gonna have to jump into a challenge, and let's go ahead and create a battlefield. Let's go ahead and let's select just one. I'll run through this real quick so you guys can see exactly how you fire and shoot and all that stuff. Unfortunately, it won't be against other players, so most of these guys will pretty much be sitting still. They'll be firing at me, but that's about it. One cool thing that I can recommend when you do get into the game, you check it out, do the tutorial, because the game is a little bit different than some of the other shooters or simulators that are out there. Not stimulators, but simulators. Because you do have some movement things, and then you got your aiming reticle, and this gets really difficult to fire with when you're in this kind of vantage point. So what you can do is you can actually zoom in real nicely, and you can get into this mode, which is just essentially kind of just your tank commander mode, and you can kind of sit still and then just fire away. Or you can go kind of one back, which is this mode, which pretty much gives you your best vantage point. Now it's really cool because you have, not only do you have your full cannon, but you also have a machine gun. And what's crazy about this machine gun is probably like a 50 caliber or something like that, but it is insanely accurate. Look at, I can snipe these guys from a distance with my 50 caliber machine gun that's on the top of my tank, which I think is pretty hilarious. But it's kind of cool just being able to take those guys out from a distance like that, especially in these PvE instances, because these things aren't really all about taking and running around, because these guys aren't going to really chase you around. I love that when you shoot these tanks and they blow up all around you, that you actually take and all the little army guys that are around them actually blow up, fly up in the air as they're blown to bits. So we're going to go ahead and shoot that guy, and then on the run we're going to fire, take that tank out. Now we got to be really careful, because some of these army men, like this one right there, they actually have bazookas, so they can actually do a pretty decent amount of damage. But it's really cool because when you hit their bazookas, you actually cause them to explode. Now these things have really good range, and you can see that guy's just going to sit right there. Let me fire on him and take him out. One of the benefits of PvE is it's actually really easy. So we're going to take these tanks out over here, and we're going to fire on the run, which is always fun because you get to see a different angle of your shot. Let's see if we can snipe this guy from above. Oh, we overshot a little bit. Oh, we're hitting the ground, so we're going to have to go back. Let's actually take this one out completely. So let's cruise over this way a little bit. We've got to readjust our turret, and let's fire away and watch these guys fly up in the air as they're getting blown up. And it's great because as you're waiting, you've got these little guys that you can take out as you're waiting for your cannoneer to reload your cannon. So we'll take that guy out. Let's blow this thing up. One more shot. It's kind of cool watching the little red go away there on the cannon as it's getting loaded. So we've got a few more guys over here that we can fire on, take them out, watch all the little army guys around them explode. It really is too bad that they didn't create a little bit more challenge in these PvE instances or these PvE challenges, because they really could. I mean, you know, these guys could start moving around. Actually, one thing that's really funny about this is the tanks never move around. They fire at you, but they never move. But the army men actually will run around and actually see, like this guy. Let me see if I can actually get him right on his bazooka and cause him to explode. Ugh, no. Let's see if we can get that one. Nope. See, some of these guys, you actually hit them just right, and because they have the bazooka, they actually explode. So let's see. Now these guys are all just infantrymen with their machine guns. There we go. We got one to explode. So I didn't even think he had a bazooka on. That guy definitely has a bazooka. Let's see if we can get one of them to explode. Nope. But it was like one shot, 2 kills. That was awesome. So let's see. We got a couple more army guys right there. Take them out. Take him out. Got another guy hiding behind the building right there. Let's see if we can take. Oh, we keep missing. Keep firing over the top of him. Now he's getting a little luck being behind the building. Let's fire a few shots. Nope, he's getting too much luck. We're gonna have to cruise over this way a little bit. Give us a little angle on him from behind the building. There we go. See if we can take him out. There, we got him to explode. Even better. So much better when they explode. Now the game has destructible environments, which is pretty cool because you can hide behind them or you can blow them up. Really makes for for interesting tactics as far as taking these things out. Oh, there's a little army man that came out of nowhere. So let's take out this building, because I think there's actually a few guys over here. Take this thing out. See if they're showing. Nope, they're down in that little ravine. Oh well, let's zoom out of there. Let's cruise over here and take some more tanks out. Like I said, it is really disappointing that I can't show you guys the PvP combat, but even though I can't, at least you can see, kind of cruise around in the tank, because all of those guys, all the ones that are available, are too low level. But you can cruise over here, you can talk to this guy, jump into the repair shop, you can see there's our tank, our durability right there. You can add different things to it, all of that good jazz. And you're also able to jump in here and let's go back out and talk to him again, right there. You think you have to double click? No, you just single click to get his little menu to come up. You got a couple different things. You can produce items, which you can go in here and you get different blueprints and stuff like that. You can actually produce different items, whether it be items for your tank or actual ammunition. Totally pulling a blank there. So you can actually create ammunition. But you see here, you got B rank metal processing blueprint, so you can actually process that. But they actually, you see the level 24. They've got different levels on some of these. So really, you aren't able to get into a lot of this stuff until much later in the game. And you can see all of these are level 24, so I can't do any of them. And unfortunately, it's really disappointing because I'm only level 3, and having a hard time finding games and all that stuff makes it even more difficult, especially when you're trying to level up. You can't create things. So really the key is jump in, make sure you do these quests so you can level up much faster, do tasks. So you can see here I've got tasks, first mission, blah 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 blah, all that good jazz. But that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. There's not a lot of depth to it. It does have a little bit of stuff that distinguishes it from other tank simulators out there, with the player shops and the quests and all that good stuff. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. If you'd like to, the tanks have pretty decent detail to them. The landscapes don't have as good a detail as I would like to see out of them, but I think that's kind of okay, because it really, like we've talked about in the past, it really opens up the horizon for a lot more players to actually be able to play the game when some of the graphics are a little bit lower. Look at that shot. Oh, he totally got us. So let's see if we can take him out before he gets another shot off. Oh, we missed. It went right through him. I actually must have destroyed him with that second shot. So let's take this one out. Oh, our cannon, our ammunition all got destroyed. So there's no way, I don't know if I can actually take this guy out with a machine gun. Let's see, we're gonna find out right now if I can actually destroy this thing with a machine gun. Do enough damage. Because our cannon got waxed, so by that one shot. Luckily I got that other shot off before, nope, it does not. It looks like now our machine gun is overheating, so we're just shredded. So we're gonna just jump out of this task. Let's zoom out here real quick. Zoom out of there, and there we go. There's our icon, our little hand. So let's quit. Operation failed. That's alright. We didn't have a cannon anyways. We weren't going to be able to do anything. Let's go back and see if we get lucky and jump into this real quick. See if there's any more games. There's not. There's just this one, and it's not going to let me jump in there. Because like I said, I'm not high enough level. Let's see. Enter. Nope, only corporal level or higher. So, but you can create a battlefield. You can choose your different type: area battle, annihilation, or occupation. Number of tickets 200. Number of tanks, you can do 8x8, 12x12, or 16x16. You can also change your maps, and they have a few different pretty cool maps. Some of them are very similar to some other games in the genre. You can see you can select the class to be unlimited or beginner. Beginner, you select the level. Tank commanders are allowed to enter. You can do allied versus axis, red versus blue. You've got a few different options as far as creating the game, but unfortunately I can't really jump into a PvP game that I'm going to be able to show you guys much. Learn more about Tank Ace, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.